All right, welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about the third fight of the night, Vanessa Demopoulos fighting Maria Oliveira. It's a very even fight on paper. Oliveira's minus 120, Demopoulos is minus 110, almost dead even. Demopoulos is 8-4 overall in MMA. Her thing is her armbar. She's got 4 submission victories. 3 of them come via armbar, the last of which came via armbar in the UFC against Silvana Gomez Juarez. And she's also got her biggest victory to date, a fourth round comeback reverse inverted triangle, I should say, over Sam Hughes in Invicta, which was, again, comeback, great victory, and got better since Sam Hughes made it to the UFC and is now doing all right anyway. I almost said well, but she's, I think, 2-4, but still, she's a good fighter. And Demopoulos has only lost to good fighters. She's only lost to good fighters, and she's beaten some good ones herself. She's got a pretty deep resume. Her last win against Jin Frey in the UFC could have gone either way, let's be honest. I actually thought she lost the fight, Vanessa, but she was given the victory, so it is what it is. Her win over Silvana Gomez Juarez in the UFC, she was knocked down and then caught an armbar. Tactical error, no doubt, from Silvana Gomez Juarez, but it's not like she was guaranteed to win that fight anyway, because Vanessa is tough. Vanessa's proven that plenty of times. If you don't believe me, watch her fight with Lupi Godinez, or even her fight with Cheyenne Vlismas, formerly Cheyenne Bays. But, and that was an amateur fight, her last amateur fight. But those two fights, her fight with Sam Hughes, this girl's proven it. She's got heart, and she's really tough to get out of there. The only time she was finished was as an amateur to Caitlin Chukagian, who, is a much bigger woman and a much better striker. But Vanessa's proven to be tough. The thing I think she, I wish she had as an overall package was her wrestling. It's lacking, and, it's a shame because her primary strength is her jiu-jitsu, and she's very quick and fluid on the ground, and her armbar is something to behold. It's a sight to behold. She's a very good armbar specialist, and I think, again, she'd be really well served by having a good wrestling game, but she doesn't, and that's cost her a lot of fights, and that's going to, I think, cost her a lot of trouble against Maria Oliveira. Maria Oliveira, she's been taken down before, as we saw in her fight with Tabitha Ricci most recently, but even in the past, that's how she was submitted to Kana Asakura, or whatever her name is, over in Ryzen. She doesn't have the best ground game, Maria Oliveira. And that's the proof is in her record. She's got a record of 13-5, 7 TKO victories, which, makes sense with her style and her size, 1 submission victory, and 5 decisions. Her 5 losses, 1 is a TKO to Marina Rodriguez on the Contender Series, in which she was just beaten up and TKO'd inside of a round, I think. And then the 2 submission losses were earlier in her career, and she's also got 2 decision losses, the last of which, of course, came to Tabitha Ricci. Maria's good on the feet. She's got advantages over most fighters, and I think against anyone not named Marina Rodriguez, she'll do very well on her feet. The thing is, her movement isn't the greatest. I wish she moved better on her feet, but she's still got physical advantages that keep her safe throughout most fights, and she's good at fighting long. She darts in. She can be aggressive. It's not just like she's a jouster, and I think she's going to have a distinct advantage over Vanessa Demopoulos on the feet. Vanessa can definitely score points, and Vanessa's a very good striker, or she's a good striker herself, but I think Maria, with her size advantages and plus her pretty sharper striking, more straight punches, less power, she's going to be leading the dance. Now, can she defend Vanessa Demopoulos' takedowns? I think she can. I mean, Vanessa doesn't have such strong wrestling. We've seen her take down Lupi Godinez, and she's definitely got some wrestling, but it just hasn't been there for her throughout her career. And if it had been, we'd see her with a different record, I think, because on the ground, she's a problem for a lot of fighters. But her thing is pulling guard, which is still something. She could easily pull guard in this fight. And I say easily, but, it's likely anyway. And Of course, she's not bad herself with her wrestling. She can, she's a nifty fighter, and she can also just take someone's back standing. She's just a little koala bear, wants to wrap her legs around you and suck you down into her world. But overall, I'm favoring Maria Oliveira. Maria Oliveira did outpoint Gloria DePaula, barely, but still, she did. And I thought that's a performance I could look to see the success she'd have over Vanessa Demopoulos. I think she would have more of an advantage on the feet than she did against Gloria DePaula, for sure. And Gloria DePaula, I think, would have better wrestling than Demopoulos, even though she's got worse jiu-jitsu overall. I think Demopoulos is much more dangerous than most fighters. So the prediction is Oliveira wins a decision. The bet is Oliveira wins a decision. And I also sprinkled something on Vanessa Demopoulos winning a submission in round 2 and 3. Because, I don't know. Vanessa Demopoulos, she's more likely to get the submission in round 1 because that's where I think her wrestling would be most effective. But Vanessa Demopoulos is not your conventional fighter, and she's definitely got, a knack for the comeback as well. As we saw with Sam Hughes in round 4, Silvana Gomez Juarez in round 1, and Cheyenne Velismas, if you want to go there. No, Cheyenne dislocated her elbow or something. She fucked up her arm in that one, and she would have won that fight. Even though it was an amateur fight, she would have won it. But Vanessa Demopoulos is still the more dangerous fighter, and I do think on the ground, if she finds herself there against Maria Oliveira, she can expose her. And I think she could do it, pretty quickly. I think there's a good chance of a submission, but not picking it. I'm just sprinkling something on it and betting on Maria Oliveira. Her money line is minus 120. I absolutely bet on that to put it in a few parlays, and plus 135 decision. All right, like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos and comment below. Let me know how wrong you think I'm going to be.